in captivity. You grew up in Babylon the Great. Okay, they done turned everything backwards from what the scriptures actually say. A lot of people call themselves Christians and don't even understand what that means. They don't even know what the word Christian means. They don't know what the word Jesus. They don't know nothing about the scriptures, but they love Jesus, love, just love everything. You gonna be all right. No, it don't work like that, man. You gotta have judgment. You gotta examine things, research things. Scripture say you're supposed to know all things. Okay? You gotta study to show yourself approved.
That's right, brother.
Right. Study what? I can study the Book of the Dead, or the Hebrew Negras.
King James.
That's right. You gotta study these scriptures, man.
King James
You
was
gotta get into it. You gotta get into it. So yes, you gotta keep the law, man. That's what it means to be holy. When you look up the word holy in the Hebrew, that means to be separate.
That's right.
You're gonna be different from these other people, man. People gonna be looking at you. Now I want that in Peter's too. That's a cut in Peter's. Bring that out, James.
This is James, chapter 2, verse 14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man...
Peter's, 1 Peter 4:1. Go ahead.
This is James, chapter 2, verse 14. What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works?
That man say he had faith, but he ain't got works. You love, but you been doing all types of wickedness, man. You doing all types of man. You smoking weed and committing adultery. You know, praying to other guys and you don't even realize it. Okay, go ahead.
Can faith save him?
Can faith save him? Go ahead.
Verse 15, if a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and
It's
fulfilled.
been like this since I'm holding it.
That's pretty much it.
Say about Luke,
Keep on.
Notwithstanding,
Leviticus 11:30.
Well, just hold that. This is not a forum, back and forth forum. We out here preaching. We out here doing the work of the Most High.
notwithstanding, you give them not those things which are needful to the body, which do it. What do it profit? Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it has not works, it is dead being alone.
It is dead being alone, man. It is dead being alone. So you got to keep the works. Okay? You got to keep the works, man. Okay, and all that emotional, weak, soft nature, the Lord is going to destroy a lot of you people.
That's right.
Okay? No, well, you need to be quiet. You wouldn't do that in your classroom.
You wouldn't do that to no whiteboard.
You standing up, brother. If you standing in your classroom, you won't stand up and be rowdy and just yell in front of everybody, man. Being a dickhead, man. You would have some respect. But you see a group of black men out here and you ain't got no respect, man. And that shows you how low and weak-minded you people are, man.
Right.
That's why the Lord is going to kill 2/3 of our people.
That's
man.
right.
They ain't going to get right, man. Judgment is coming out in America, man.
That's right.
Everything in this Bible ain't all fluff and stuff, man. The Lord is going to show you he's a man of war. That's right. And all that Rudy Poo posturing that you're doing don't play over here, man.
That's right.
We already know most of you Negroes sell wolf tickets, man. You ain't about nothing. You ain't about nothing. That's why the white man don't respect you. You worried about Nicki Minaj and committing adultery with your best friend's woman, man. Being wicked. That's why we out here condemning you too, man.
That's right.
You're wicked. Okay? We out here for the elect of the nation, man.
That's right.
We're out here to play games with people. This ain't a back and forth thing. We came out here, we toil in this thing. Just like the Lord said, I came to preach, not to be preached unto.
Kind.
Okay?
Kind,
You got
Nakia.
a question, great, I'll ask you. But for the most part, the scriptures are going to speak first.
That's right.
Let's bring it out.
That's right, man.
Let's bring it out, brother. And I still wanted that first Peter 4. Because we're going to look weird to people. We're going to look crazy to people. That's okay. Paul already told us that's what was going to happen, man. You're going to look crazy and dumb, and they're going to want to throw you in jail. They're going to spit on you. They're going to call the cops on you. They're going to do all types of craziness to you, but don't worry about it. That's what's going to happen. That's all Paul said, man. We ain't worried about that. We worried about the message, man. It ain't going to be nice, man, to everything. Some parts going to be nice, but it's the balance, man. We ain't in the time of peace.
The last days.
We ain't in the time of peace. Now when you got chemtrail in the air, barium oxide in the water, homosexuality running rampant, pedophilia running rampant, wars all over the world, endangered species, holes in the ozone layer, the Lord is coming back to clean everything up, and it ain't gonna be nice, man.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be nice. He's got to destroy a lot of people because a lot of people ain't gonna get right. No matter how nice you try to tell them to
Can't
get
get
right,
right.
they ain't gonna do it. So you got to get rid of them. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 9. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces. And give ear, all ye of far countries. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces.
You shall be broken in pieces. Now, who's gonna be doing the breaking into pieces? Give me Psalms 2 and 8.
It's a good precept.
Psalms 2 and 8. Since y'all think it's all some Star Wars movie, and the Lord gonna come down with a lightsaber, and you know, he's gonna use the Force to help us. No, man. He's commissioned men on the earth to be rulers on this planet, man. Okay? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
So we're gonna rule the whole world. The king, the elect of the nations is gonna rule the world. Okay, go ahead.
God. Verse 9.
Guess what we're gonna be doing? Go ahead.
Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
We're gonna do what?
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
Then we're gonna hug them and kiss them and tell them God loves you.
Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
We're gonna dash them in pieces, man.
Yup.
Go ahead.
God, verse 10. Be wise now therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth.
Ye judges of the earth. So the rulers in the kingdom of heaven, they gonna be, there's gonna be work to do. Ain't gonna be no unemployment in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Ain't gonna be no, I gotta get in the welfare line in the kingdom. There's gonna be work. There's gonna be plenty of work to do.
That's right, brother.
Okay? You ain't gotta worry about not having no job in the kingdom of heaven.
Come on,
That work, baby.
But there's gonna be a bottom, there's gonna be a top.
That's right, baby.
Those that were on the bottom, guess what? They're gonna be on top. In the
Come.
LeBron James ain't gonna be nobody in the kingdom of heaven. Obama ain't gonna be nobody in the kingdom of heaven. The people that you thought were crusty and dusty and get a job and all that, and you just thought they were crazy, they gonna be ruling in the kingdom of heaven because they just let their foot down and they decided to do the work of the Heavenly Father. They didn't care what nobody thought.
Come on.
That's right.
And they told week in and week out, came out here to teach. And then all the people had to do was, what they want to do was scoff and have something to side to say or have something in their mind. The Lord can read your thoughts. The Lord doesn't know everything. He know all your intentions, man.
That's right.
Okay?
Yup. And that promise still stands, man, because this is what the Lord said. This is a future prophecy. The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
Now keep his words until the end. What's that? It ain't just doing what you want to do. I know the Lord is telling me in my soul. No, there's a standard that you got to keep.
God.
Because it says that your heart, which in the Hebrew the word heart is la'ab, which means your mind, is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? So you can't just follow. The Lord knows my heart. How many times have you heard that? Lord knows my heart. Yeah, he know how wicked you are. He know how wicked you are. That's not what the Lord knows. If you ain't keeping the commandments, you got to keep the commandments to the end, to the best of your abilities. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna go, you just gonna float on the cloud, and one day you just gonna start floating, the fire just gonna spring from your fingers. No, I'm not saying that. You got to have faith to know that you just trying to do what you can, man. But you're trying to do it the right way, the best you can. Okay? You got to get brownie points for the Most High. Okay? So you rehearse the righteous acts the best way you can. Because if I can't go get on the Passover, go get an unblemished lamb of a year old and kill it and put the blood on people won't call the cops on me. Think I'm crazy.
Come on, brother.
Okay? But I keep the Passover because that's a tradition that the Lord said we're supposed to keep for every generation. So we do it to the best of our ability. And the scriptures don't talk about no Christmas. Because the Lord wasn't born on Christmas. He was born on the Passover. He died on the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
He is
people
the
don't know.
Passover.
He is the Passover.
Yep, that's right.
Easter, when you look in the Greek, it's
Pesach.
Pesach,
Yeah.
which is the Passover. The Lord's Supper was the Passover supper.
Yep.
You're supposed to be keeping the Passover supper. You ain't supposed to be going around letting your kids chase some egg.
Kind.
And go back to worshiping other gods.
That's right.
Worship fertility gods. You got to get into it. You got to examine. You got to judge things. Why we celebrate Easter? Why we celebrate? You got to ask yourself these questions. And you got to get into it. That's right. Find out what's going on. So you're not leading yourself into destruction. Go ahead.
To him will I give power over the nations.
He's going to give us power over the nations in the end. If we do what he say do and keep going, we're going to have power over the nations.
Yeah.
But one more verse, bring that
Verse
out.
27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Gonna rule with a rod out. There you go again. Go
As
ahead.
vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father.
That's right. And that's in Revelations, man. Keep eye on that, brother. Keep eye on this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 1.
I believe God. Holy
He
Bible.
just got a demon on him, bro.
Hey, word.
He just got a demon on him.
I got demon on, man. I know I do.
Yeah, you got a demon on him. Go ahead.
1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 1. For as much
Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's right. Our people are destroyed for lack of
Got
knowledge.
a zeal for God.
Go ahead, man.
For as much
All right,
then,
man.
for as much then as Christ had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
Arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Go ahead.
Arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that hath suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin.
He that suffered in flesh has ceased from sin, man. Right? Because you keep the law. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Who's he asking?
That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh,
You're not going to live the rest of your time in the flesh. Being carnal. Go ahead.
Peter talking about.
to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most
To
High.
the lust of men, but to the will of most. So you're not going to be out doing all the madness that you used to do. You're going to put it away. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
Yeah. So in that time that passed, well, we will rot the will of the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? The Gentiles are the Israelites who are not woke up to the fact that they're Israelites. Right? The Gentiles ain't talking about all the other people. It's talking about our nation, the nation of Israel, who grew up in these captivities, following the customs of the other nations. It was that you was gonna keep calling yourself African American and keep going on in America like you just a black man and a black woman, a Mexican man and a Mexican woman. That's how they want you to keep going. But go ahead.
When we walk in lasciviousness, the lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatry.
And that's what they do, don't they? Every weekend they trying to figure out what bar to go to, where to hang out, who they gonna sleep with. They on social media scheming on another man's woman. Worried about money and the lust of those different worldly things, man. You gotta get your mind out of that. Right. Now I'm not saying you can't have a good time. We have a good time. You know, boxing match come over, watch, we have a drink of wine. You can have a drink. You know, you can be with a woman. Get your own woman, man. Why you gotta go get somebody else's woman, man? That's nasty, man.
All these women.
All these women, you want that dude's woman, man. Stop being wicked, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that you run not with them
So-
to the same excess of riot.
So they gonna think it's strange when you stop doing all the BS that they do. You stop eating pork. What you ain't eating pork. What you Muslim? What you a Muslim?
First thing they say.
Why you running at your beard? What? You need to shave your beard.
It's a sidewalk, you know.
It's all good. It's
Yo,
called
whatever,
respect.
man.
It's all good. Respect. I know something you don't know about. Yeah, something you don't know about respect, man. Thank you. Okay? All right? We ain't got to be nice to these people, man. At all. People are jerks. That's right. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot,
Yeah,
speaking evil of you.
So they gonna talk about you. Who he think he is? I remember you. You used to be this. They did that to the Lord. They did that to the
the Lord. Okay,
niggas.
yeah, they did that to the Lord. Don't worry about that, brother, man. Yeah, he gonna get it. His time gonna come. They did that to the Lord, man. So, man, ain't that the carpenter's son? Who he think he is? Who he think he is? What y'all bunch of bums? They did the same thing to the Lord, so they're gonna do the same thing to you. Go ahead. Verse 5. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? That's right, man. And it's not gonna be 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because 2/3 of the nation of Israel is set to be destroyed, man. And that's it on that. With that, we want to say all praises to Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Double honor to the elders that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers across the world, teaching his word with strength, power, truth, and sincerity. And we want to say shalom and man up.
Shalom.
Shalom.